stage. Let's cross live now to Maroon star Patrick Carrigan. Paddy, thanks for joining us. Your good mate, Gemmet Shibasaki, has credited you for his resurgence. Can you talk us through how you helped him get back to where he is now?
Oh, mate, apart from paying for everything for him, I'm not sure if I did too much. He well and truly earned the right for everything. But, yeah, Gem and I first came into under-20s together back when we left school, and between him, myself and Jaden Sewer struck up a pretty good friendship. So to see what he's doing now, mate, it's pretty impressive, and that's all on the back of the big fella himself.
Paddy, you've known him for a long time. Did you know how good he could possibly be, and how do you think he'll handle Origin 3?
Yeah, I did, to be honest, mate. He's had that same goatee since we were 13-year-old playing against him. So he was a talented school product, and in the under-20s he killed it as well. So just to see him re-establish that love for the footy, mate, and come back and play at the Broncos where he started has been unreal, and everything's coming on the back of his hard work, so I'm just stoked for him.
Hey, Paddy, it's good to hear, mate. What about big Papalii coming back in? He's an old face, but he hasn't been there for a while, mate. How's his presence around the camp been so far?
Yeah, well, he's actually getting in a little bit later, Gordy. He's been looking after his little one in hospital and making sure his partner's all right until he gets into camp. But I debuted with Big Papa, and he was one of my favourite players as a young kid. So whenever we have him back in camp, it's exciting, and mate, I just can't wait to hang out with him again.
Paddy, Paul Crawley here, mate. Cameron Munster, he took over the captaincy for Game 2. He played the game of his life. How did it change him, and what did you notice in his different style and his leadership style?
I think the best thing about Money is he just leads every week, to be honest, mate. Didn't change a lot, got a few more speeches out of him, but his desire to compete and just be in games and want to win for Queensland is just infectious. So Money does what Money does, and we all get on the back of him, and mate, he's been outstanding for this group.
Hey, Paddy, it's Dean Ritchie. Given Queensland's stumping victory in Perth, surely the Maroons start $1.04 favourites in Sydney.
A lot of adjectives there, mate. I'm not sure what the market's doing, but I'm really excited for this decide. Obviously, we haven't won one in Sydney, so there's a lot that we've got to come up against, but I'm really excited to get after it with this group.
Paddy, you didn't answer the question. Who's favourites?
I don't know, mate. You got Sportsbet or Ladbrokes or something on your phone?
Sportsbet. We've got Sportsbet.
Don't listen to him, Paddy.
He's not like...
Hey, Paddy, what's the motivation? Obviously, Game 2, the series was on the line. What's the difference in the preparation for the decider for you guys?
I think we just reviewed our game from Game 2, Gordy, and some of the things we improved, but Bill was pretty honest with us as well, mate, about things we got wrong in Game 2. So a lot of our schedule's pretty similar. We've had 2 games to get around it now, and it's really dialing into some of their players and some things we probably missed the mark on in the second half. So, yeah, nothing too crazy, but I'm trying to refine a few things.
Paddy, it was a big game, Game 2, and an awesome win by you guys. There's a lot of emotion leading into it, especially around your coach and the press conference, the apology the day before. Did you guys really thrive off that emotion and I suppose support your coach and play for him in that game?
To be honest, mate, Bill never spoke about it, but I think internally, obviously, he's our leader and we have massive respect and emotion when it comes to those sort of things. So to support Bill and be able to get a performance in Perth was massive, but yeah, I don't think we ever really mentioned it, to be honest.
Pat, Paul Crawley again. Any chance you'll start? Cooper Cronk floated the idea last night. He thinks they'll take you off the bench and start with you.
No, to be honest, mate, I'm just going to lock into my role and try and nail it better than in Game 2. So I think the boys who started did an awesome job, and when I got on, I think it was 6-0 or 12-0 or 12-6. So I'll just try and nail my job again.
Paddy, very unfortunate for Kalen going down with the injury, but the hammer comes in to fullback. You must be excited to see him play, and you're looking forward to him having a good performance at the back.
Yeah, mate, he's a freak. 4 tries on the weekend, he keeps telling us all. So excited. Obviously, his support play and his movement around the ball is unreal. So hopefully we can get him just some space and bring his game into it. But yeah, he's a much loved character amongst the group.
Pat, you just called Hammer a freak, and rightly so, but were you surprised at Reece Walsh's omission?
Oh, to be honest, mate, I think they're both in outstanding form, and who better to make that decision than, you know, Billy Slater, who played so many games for Queensland at fullback. So I know Walshy's in this camp and he's had a buzz about himself, and just having the opportunity to rub shoulders with the game he's enjoying too. So I know Hammer's more than capable of doing this job.
Good on you, Paddy. Thanks for joining us. Well done in Game 2 and good luck for Game 3 down here in Sydney.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
There he is, the Broncos enforcer, who was outstanding in Game 2, and the forwards really aimed up. Now, let's touch more on whether we think he'll start or not. Yeah, he's not going to tell us, let's be honest. You ask the question, they don't give anything away these days, and that's something that the coach would keep close to his chest. But what do you think?
Well, he didn't shut it down. I pointed to Krul straight away. I thought he would have said, no, I've got to roll off the bench. He just said, I'm focused on what I've got to do. So maybe there is a chance, Krul's, mate.
Well, Cooper Cronk mentioned it last night on the podcast with Matty Johns, and he basically said with Big Papa coming in to the starting team, and then you've got Tino, and if you go after him early and you bring Paddy into the game, you go after Payne Haas, and then who's their other middle, Max King and Isaiah Yeo. He seems to think that Queensland could get an advantage out of that.
The Blues predicted Pat Carrigan would start Game 2, and it didn't happen. I don't think Billy will change his side, to be truthful. There's a temptation there, Crawls, and the points you make are incredibly valid. But I think right here, right now, I think Billy's going to stick solid with what worked in Perth and worked very well.
They did aim up, though, the forwards. Game 1, they were criticised. Game 2, they had to stand up, and they certainly did it, especially in that first half, Gordy. So they'll be making sure they do the same in Game 3.
Yeah, well, we have to. You know what I mean? Like, then I thought, you know, New South Wales been really dominant, winning the collision. In Game 3 last year, I thought we matched the collision, and then the first half in Game 2, we matched it again. And that's got to be the same, I think, in Game 3, but we've got to do it for 80 minutes.
I don't fall into the trap that New South Wales were necessarily so hard done by the ref. They gave away those penalties. They're going to improve this time. I think Queensland, with all the momentum and ball possession in the first half, they got away to a good lead, but the way the Blues chased them down shows you how much Queensland have to improve and why they have to find ways to improve, which is why I probably believe Carrigan will start.
Did I just hear you say you thought the Blues weren't hard done by?
I didn't think... Well, Dog, here's the thing, right? You can sit there and whinge about a penalty count, or you can not give away the indiscretions that led to the penalties. And I think that's where the Blues need to get it right, mate, because Laurie spoke on the show last night about why they need to improve. You've got to take the referee out of it, and they're a good enough team to take the referee out of it.
We could argue or not, we're going to get to a break. You two have been outstanding.
Thanks,
consistent
Cowboy.
as always. VB hard-earned man of the match.
Awesome.
All right.